brand new game in town. It's the $4.1 million Foxwoods Poker Classic, tonight on the World Poker Tour.
The World Poker Tour is a series of 17 international poker tournaments featuring the biggest games, the greatest players, and the largest payouts on the planet. At Foxwoods, 6 players, over $4 million. In New England, the hills are alive with the sound of money tonight on the World Poker Tour.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the World Poker Tour. I'm Mike Sexton along with Vince Van Patten, and we are coming to you from the beautiful woods of New England for the final table of the Foxwoods Poker Classic.
That is right, Mike. We are in the woods, but we're not camping. No, we don't need no stinking tent here because we are at Foxwoods, the biggest casino in the world, and it just got a lot bigger because now they have added a brand new $10,000 event here on the World Poker Tour.
And 431 players were gunning for that prize pool of well over $4 million with a first prize of over $1.3 million. And of course, the icing on that money cake is a WPT title and a coveted $25,000 entry into the biggest game of them all, the season-ending multi-million-dollar WPT World Championship.
Oh, it is great. Big game, big money, and big talent here today. And you're going to see it all right here on the World Poker Tour. And you got the best seat in the house.
Well, the only seats we're interested in right now are the ones around that green felt, because one of those guys is going to become a poker millionaire tonight.
Okay, let's meet the players. In 6th chip position, the short stack tonight is Bruce Cater. He's a family practitioner, got in this tournament through a satellite, and Bruce has got $564,000 in chips. All right, moving over to 5th chip position is John Russell. Now, John owns a used car lot with his dad, and tonight he's going to try to sell a few clunker hands to the rest of these guys this evening, believe me.
Starting out in 4th chip position is 21-year-old Alex Jacob. Alex is a senior at Yale University, and tonight he's looking to add a whole new meaning to acing a final exam. In 3rd chip position is retired businessman Larry Klur. Larry is 68 years young. He's also a newlywed. He just took poker up only 4 years ago. It just shows you, Vince, it's never too late to start playing poker or to get married.
And in this corner from the Bronx, New York, is 37-year-old Victor Ramden. Victor has the most tournament experience of anyone at this table, and he definitely will be the one to beat here tonight.
And our chip leader with just under $2.9 million in chips is Ed Jordan. Ed is a retired CFO, and if he wins here tonight, Vince, he'll have to come out of retirement to manage that $1.3 million first prize. This is going to be exciting tonight.
Oh, this is going to be great. 6 potential heroes sitting at the table. Who's going to be able to quit their day jobs? We will find out. Let's go down to the felt.
We started 4 days ago. We are down to our final 6, one of whom is going to become poker's next millionaire.
Oh, well, it's a huge prize pool of over $4 million. Antes will be $3,000. Blinds are going to be 15 and 30 at the start.
Well, action starting out on John Russell. Looks down at the 8 deuce offsuit.
Elects to fold.
Ed Jordan folds his ace-3.
And now the most experienced player at the table, Victor Ramden, with just 10-4 offsuit.
Well, he's got the highway patrol hand. He's going to raise with advance. Comes in for $90,000.
Has some guts.
Larry Klur on the button.
He's got a big one. He's got big slick. Ace-king.
He is at a final table in the World Poker Tour for the first time. Hand number 1, he picks up ace-king. It's been raised in front of him. What do you do now?
He is sporting the Yul Brynner look tonight. Victor staring him down, saying, whoa, did I move a little too fast?
300,000.
Makes it 300,000 to go.
He's come over the top.
Into Bruce Cater. Looks down at San Francisco. 49er has to go out.
Over to the 21-year-old Alex Jacob. He lays his hand down.
And back into Victor's face.
He was trying to pick off this pot. He got caught here stealing on hand number 1.
And he goes out. So the first pot going to 68-year-old Larry Klur, the newlywed, former owner of the cosmetic company. What kind of poker perfume does he have on today?
I enjoy golf, but not going to beat the guys who have 5 and 8 shots better than I am. I'm more competitive in poker, because there I have an opportunity to knock people out and win a tournament.
So Larry Klur off to a fast start here at Foxwoods. We are thrilled to be here, associated with the most successful casino in the world.
All right, back down to the table. Victor Ramden staring down at king 6.
Well, he got caught trying to steal pot number 1. He's not going to try it this time.
Larry Klur with Woolworths 5 and 10.
Lays his hand down. Now it's over to Bruce Cater.
Raise.
He has ace 9 of clubs, and he says raise. He is our short stack at this point.
Deciding how much to bet here. He's like a Gordon Liddy lookalike, isn't he, Vince?
Well,
150.
Well, nice bet here, 150,000.
around to Alex Jacob with Jack 8. Goes out.
And we're around to John Russell, the used car salesman. He looks down at Queen 7 offsuit and folds.
Call.
Ed Jordan, he's got ace, queen, and just calls it.
Now, Vince, I'm a little surprised at this. He's the chip leader with nearly 2.9 million in chips. His opponent only has 350,000 left. You'd think he'd just go ahead and set him all in right here. Well, the flop comes 6, deuce, deuce.
Helping neither player. First on EBJ, he checks it quickly.
I'm all in.
Wow, look at this move. Bruce going all in.
Well, he's going to be in dire straits if Ed happens to make this call. But Ed is going to lay it down, takes a conservative route. So power poker right there by Bruce Cater wins this pot for him.
Yeah, the family practitioner taking that pot. Nicely done. And by the way, if you look at seat number 6, that's Larry Klur. Now, if he was a criminal and he wound up going to the witness protection program, well, he would turn into Bruce Cater. That's what you would look like.
Well, from the overhead camera, they look like bookends, that's for sure. But, Vince, you know, you have to question Ed Jordan on that play. He's the big chip leader here. It's only another 350,000 to call him. Even if he plays and loses this pot, he still got 2.4 million in chips. I mean, you don't mind playing that hand against the short stack at the table, I don't think, for all your chips. But, you know, he's here for the first time, taking the conservative route. It cost him that.
Don't go away. You're watching the Foxwoods Poker Classic, where one player will outfox the rest and walk away $1.3 million richer.
This is my 9th tournament and my 5th WPT. It's like a lottery ticket with a little bit of edge. You can win $1 million. You can change your life.
It's a blown glass ball that I picked up a while back. You can spin it, and it just gives you something to do when you're not playing the hands to keep you focused.
A friend of mine gave me this. It's supposed to bring good luck, and I have used it throughout the tournament, and so far, so good.
Welcome back to the Foxwoods Poker Classic. I'm Vince Van Patten alongside Mike Sexton. 431 players started. A lot of the big names, they were all here, but they busted out. We are down to these 6.
Well, action starting out on John Russell.
He's got Dolly Parton 9-5. Goes out.
Over to Ed Jordan. He lays his hand down.
And Victor Ramden from the Bronx with just Jack 7 is going to bully in here. He's going to make a raise to 110,000. Larry quickly folding, and now around to Bruce. Well, he's got a wide pair of 5s.
And he's capping his cards. Now, he knows Victor's an aggressive player. What does he want to do with this small pair here?
Call.
He's going to make the call with the 2 5s.
And now the Yale kid, Alex Jacob, looking down at king 6 of hearts in the big blind, already invested.
But he's going to lay it down. So here we go, a pot between Bruce and Victor. Bruce with the 2 5s, Victor with the Jack 7. Here comes the flop. Flop is ace 4 deuce, all diamonds. A very scary flop, though, for both players, since neither have a diamond in their hand.
Well, action's going to be on Bruce first. He knows that Victor raised before the flop. He's thinking, does this guy have an ace? Does he have a diamond? What do I do?
Notice Victor is watching him intently. See if he can pick up any signs that indicate the strength of Bruce's hand here. And generally, Bruce trying to act like he's got something strong. You know he wants to take that free card off to try to make the gut shot straight.
The family practitioner getting out the stethoscope here.
Well, now he's looking back at his hand to see if one of the 2 5s is the 5 of diamonds.
150,000.
And he's going to check in just like that. The Bronx bully here, pummeling it in, 150,000 into him with absolutely nothing.
Well, he didn't buy into the stall. tactics by Bruce Cater there by any means.
He is taking his time here.
Well, he is going to lay it down. We know as poker players, when you steal a pot and earn it, as we say, it feels so much better than when you win with the best hands.
Oh, yes, it does. And look at this, the smile of a thief.
Yeah.
Victor Ramden, good form there.
I'm Victor Ramden from the Bronx, New York. Like 6 different guys told me, Victor, you need to sit back and play a different game. You're the final table. I'm not going to change the way I sit or what I wear or what I not wear. You have to be yourself.
Folks, you can just see this game is about betting. Guys that are doing the betting, they're faring the best so far tonight. The Foxwoods Poker Classic, a new event on the World Poker Tour. We are thrilled to be back at Foxwoods because they love their poker up here in New England. Well, action's going to be on Ed Jordan here. Ed's the retired CFO. Going to lay this hand down.
And now Victor Ramden playing aggressively, ace-queen, and he's going to move it up to 120,000.
Well, this time he's got a legit hand to raise with.
Now Larry Clare, 68-year-old newlywed, has 7-5. He goes out.
Now it's around to Bruce Cater. He looks down at ace-10 of hearts.
Oh, yeah, pretty big hand on the button.
Well, Vince, he knows Victor is an extremely aggressive player.
All in.
Oh, he's going all in.
He's pulled the trigger here for all his chips.
Potentially a bad time. Alex Jacob now with ace-3 goes out. And now John Russell with just jack-4 goes away.
Now it's around to Victor Ramden.
Taking a 1.
He's going to decide whether it's worth it to make the rest of this call.
Well, he said, take in the 120 and tell me how much more it's going to cost me. Victor started this hand with about 1.9 million in chips. His opponent had a little over 500,000.
400,000. 412.
Well, it's going to be another 412,000 for Victor to make this call. But when you're sitting down there, you're afraid your opponent has an ace-king or a bigger hand, perhaps.
And Bruce Cater has to sweat this out.
But as the cards lie, Bruce Cater in dire straits here if Victor makes this call.
Look at Victor looking up, not knowing quite what to do.
Well, as I said, this is not that easy of a call to make when you're sitting down at that table. You know this guy's a pretty conservative player. He's going to have a hand.
I call.
Oh, boy, the Bronx Bully's going to do it, though. What a good call.
He is going to love this. As the cards lie, Victor about a 70% favorite to win this pot. Well, Bruce Cater is going to have to get lucky now to stay alive in this tournament. Otherwise, he's going to be our 6th-place finisher.
Well, Bruce needs the old suck out. Here come the first 3.
Well, the flop comes king 5-3. 1 heart on the board.
It's a jack on the turn.
Well, now that means that Bruce is no longer looking for a 10 because that would give Victor an ace-high straight. He now has to have a queen to win this pot. So if he catches a queen, he will make the nuts, the ace-high straight. That's what it's going to take for him to stay alive in this tournament.
Here comes the river card.
Well, it's a jack. So Bruce Cater, the family practitioner, is going to go out in 6th place. And Vince, I believe he moved all in there, not because he was a short stack, but because the guy he was up against was extremely aggressive and has been from table to table to table in this tournament. Bruce knew that. Unfortunately for him, this time, Victor had a hand.
Well, our family practitioner, Bruce Cater, has to say goodbye, but what a thrill it had to be for him. You know, Mike, it's got to be tough to go back to telling people to turn their heads and cough after this, right? He's up to talk to Courtney.
Thanks, guys. Bruce, you had a hand. You had to make a move.
I did. I had an ace-10 suited, which is a strong hand. Unfortunately, I came against a stronger hand. I didn't catch. That's poker.
We are down to 5 players. Stay tuned. We're coming right back on the World Poker Tour.
Put me on. Bill, you just call.
We're very excited here at Foxwoods to offer the newly expanded World Poker Room, which has been expanded from 76 games to 114, so we can accommodate our players and offer more variety of games for everyone.
3 players.
The Hold'em games have exploded with the watching of the tournaments on television. It's brought a lot of new faces in and a much larger crowd.
This is one of my favorite venues. I won a WPT final table here at Foxwoods.
Welcome to the Millionaires Club, Hoyt.
How can I not love it?
Welcome back. You're watching the Foxwoods Poker Classic here on the World Poker Tour. We are down to 5 players now. We just lost our family practitioner, Bruce Cater. All right, action on Victor. Throws away 10-3 into Larry Clare, who has San Francisco 49. Can't play.
Round to the 21-year-old phenom now, Alex Jacob.
Hasn't played a hand tonight. This time he picks up Queen 9.
And he's in position. He's on the button. And he is going to raise it here. Comes in for $80,000.
Makes his move into the used car salesman, John Russell. He's got King Jack in the small blind.
A marginal hand when an opponent's already raised the pot in front of you.
Call.
And he is going to make the play, Vince.
Ed Jordan going out, so two-way action. Queen 9 versus King Jack.
What a diverse group we've got here. Here's a 21-year-old student and a used car salesman going at it here.
Is the flop 10-6-5, helping neither player.
Action's going to be on John. And he wiggles that little finger, which means check.
And that means I'll give you a discount, too, on the used car if you buy it now.
It's around to Alex. Alex, a very methodical player, takes his time on every decision, every bet. And he is firing this pot with nothing, Vince. He's got Queen high, and he's making the play. 100,000.
Come on.
John, look at this. He's going over the top. He says all in.
Wow. He has gone all in with Kojak here. What a play this is.
Check and raising with nothing.
Now, we can see he has the best hand, but believe me, to make a play like that with just king high in this situation against a raiser and a guy who bet after the flop, that is playing the game.
I heard a few guys say, oh, I want to make it into the money. That doesn't really matter to me. I want to compete for first. I don't have the most chips, but I'm going to stick to my game and play it my way, and that's it.
Very strong move by John Russell.
Well, there's a case that you're not playing based on the strength of your hand, but based on the strength of what you feel your opponent has. He trusted his poker instincts there. If you sense weakness on your opponent, you got to take advantage of it. Go with your gut feeling. John Russell did so there, moved all in and picked up that pot nicely.
No full-time professionals at this table. These guys going after millions of dollars.
You're right, Vince. 2 retirees, a 21-year-old student, a used car salesman, and a small businessman. Beautiful.
Back to the cards. It's on Alex Jacob. He's got Queen 8 this time.
Lays this hand down.
Back on John Russell. This time picks up Ace-Jack, says all in with a short stack here. Ed out.
He might be short stacked, Vince, but he's got over 750,000 in chips.
I'm all in.
And Victor Ramden going over top with the weapons of mass destruction, pair of aces.
Now around to the big blind, Larry Clare, and look at this, Vince. He's picked up 2 jacks. He also has a big hand. But 2 players have moved all in front of him.
Look at this. He's got a big decision here. Huge hand, 5-handed.
I'm a little surprised Victor would move all in right there. Why wouldn't you just call and hope you get more action with the guy behind you?
And he gets Larry to go away.
It's a nice laydown by Larry there.
Excellent one.
But I got to say, I'm surprised at the size of this bet by John Russell. He's bet over $750,000 when the big blind is only $30,000. The problem is you're never going to be called unless you're beat.
You're so right, but I'm also surprised about Victor all in. Why chase the other guy out?
Well, you make a good point there, Vince. I would have just called two had it been him. Who knows? Larry might have played as well. Victor might have taken two of them out if the two aces stand up here.
Well, John Russell right now needs a lot of help. He's got ace-jack up against the mother of all poker hands, pair of aces.
Well, part of his problem is he can't make three jacks because we saw Larry fold two jacks. So he's got to make a straight or a flush to win this pot.
I said pick the bad spot for that.
As much as we were praising him on the previous hand, Vince. And this could be a fatal error for the used car salesman here. His transmission could drop right to the floor unless he gets very lucky right now. Well, flop comes 9-4 deuce. Well, all he can do is tie this pot now if it comes 3 and a 5, where they'll both make a 5 high straight. Otherwise, he's going to be gone.
9-4 deuce. All right, let's go ahead and see the turn card, please.
And it's a 9. That's going to do it.
The used car salesman's heading back to the lot.
Last card irrelevant. It's a 10 of diamonds. As he shakes their hands, he's going to pick up $208,000. John Russell, our fifth-place finisher.
Well, he got into this tournament by winning a $1,000 satellite. Parlayed it into well over $200,000, so a nice week for him here. But he'll be thinking about the way he played that hand for a long time to come.
Yeah, pick the bad spot there.
With that pot, Victor Raymond has taken the chip lead at this final table. He's got well over $3 million in chips. Ed Jordan in second place right now with about $2.9 million. Larry Klur, $1.8 million. And the short stack right now is the 21-year-old student from Yale, Alex Jacob, with about $675,000.
Back down on the felt. EBJ with big slick this time.
125.
Makes it $125,000. Victor quickly folding.
Around to Larry. He gets out of the way.
Now the action's on Alex.
Well, we check at the WPT hole cam brought to you by Budweiser to see Alex has picked up 2 6s.
Yeah, nice mid pair right there.
Well, every player at the table has at least 3 times as many chips as he does. So he knows he's going to have to make something happen.
Looks a little miserable.
But still, blinds are only 15 and 30,000.
Well, the student's going to be put to the test of how to play this one right now. EBJ holding a huge hand here, big slick.
Do you just want to make the call before the flop and see what happens? Do you want to come over the top, try to pick the pot up right away?
Come on.
Well, he's done it. He's gone over the top here.
He's chosen to be very aggressive with the mid-pair 6s.
What's the count out?
EBJ wanting the count.
Well, it's going to be over 500,000 more for him to make this call.
Oh, so it's 125.
But with his chip count, Vince, it'd be hard to believe he could throw ace king away.
450. No, it's a little more than that. 540, 546.
Oh, 546.
I call.
546.
Well, that is making the call.
Yeah.
He's done it.
Wow.
So we've got the classic race situation here. The under pair versus the 2 overcards. The youngster must win it to stay alive. For $1.3 million in this pot.
Tremendous drama. Stay tuned. We're coming right back with the conclusion in just a moment.
Welcome back to the Foxwoods Poker Classic, where Alex Jacob is all in against retired CFO Ed Jordan. Can the Yale senior survive, or will he flunk this final table exam?
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. Alex Jacob with 6s up against ace king. Here comes the flop.
Oh, it's a great flop for Alex. It's come 10, 9, 5 of spade because he has the 6 of spades. That's going to take 2 of the outs away from Ed Jordan here. The ace of spade and king of spade will not win this pot for him now.
There's 4th Street. It's a 4.
So Ed Jordan must catch an ace or a king that's not a spade now if he's going to eliminate this 21-year-old on this hand.
All right, let's go ahead and see the river card.
Down to the river. What's it going to be?
It's a 4 of diamonds.
Oh, he's done it.
Well, there you go. The fraternity brothers whooping it up in the crowd there. Alex Jacob stays alive, and he is right back in the hunt here, Vince. Chalk one up for the kid right there.
Well, I'm the youngest player at the final table by at least 10 years, but I feel like I'm the second most experienced and the second best player at the table. I rarely show any emotion at the table. Yesterday, we were down to 12 or 13 players. Gavin Smith, he says to me, you know, you're playing for $1 million. Why do you look so sad? And I just said to him, you know, this is how I always look. And he thought that was pretty funny.
He's got a pair of aces for Alex.
It's hard for me to win a hand and then, you know, pump my fist and show the emotion. And then I have to go back to the next hand and I have to be stoic again. Hopefully it makes me tougher to read.
The 2 seed, we have Alex Jacob.
Hopefully it gives me a little bit of an edge. I don't know any other way to play, you know?
So Alex Jacob wins that pot, wins the race, stays alive. And Vince, earlier this season, we saw Nick Schulman, a 21-year-old, win the previous event here at Foxwoods. Could we see another 21-year-old win again tonight? What is Foxwoods, the fountain of youth around here?
It is just incredible. This young guy from Yale, what a story he's got to tell back at the frat house.
Well, action's going to be on Alex here. This time he looks down at the 8-3 offsuit, lays it down.
And now it is on EBJ Ed Jordan. He's got King 4 of hearts, but he's going to raise it with the button to $125,000.
Well, he's in position, so he makes the raise.
To Victor Ramden. Victor this time has Ace-7 offsuit.
Now, it's not the kind of hand you're crazy about when a guy's raised in front of you. But in this case, the guy who raised it is on the button. You automatically sense thievery when a guy raises on the button.
Raise.
What a play by Victor here. He is going to re-raise it with the Ace-7, not just call it. He is coming over the top here to try to win this pot right now.
275,000.
Well, Victor has made it 400,000 to go.
It's good. Raise an additional 275,000.
Now it's on Larry with just a Queen 3.
Well, he's not going to get in the middle of this war.
Now it's back on the man with the nerve. King 4, Ed Jordan.
I'm all in.
Wow, Vince, he's gone all in here with the King 4. He just senses that Victor is making a move on him here. But folks, to move all in for over $2 million with a King 4 when your opponent has re-raised you is astonishing.
Well, that's very, very impressive. What he's doing here, he's saying, look, I looked like the target. I mean, I was the guy with the button. It looked like I was trying to steal. So Victor picked up on that. But I know he can't be that strong because I think that's what he was thinking.
Man.
I'm going all in.
Right.
Well, Vince, this would be the call of the year. Victor can make this, but whether he calls or not, you better stand up and salute this Ed Jordan for making this kind of move. He just sensed Victor was just coming over the top of him, sensing weakness. But he is going to try to dash him out right here by moving all in for another $1.7 million.
Boy, oh boy, they're both sticking the finger in each other's chest here, saying, I don't believe you, I don't believe you.
Well, Victor knows there's over $500,000 in the pot right now. Going to cost him $1.7 million to call.
Now, this is when the game is really played. I mean, this is when you're not waiting for perfect cards. You're just playing the other person. A game of psychology, high-stakes psychology, and this is what's really good about poker. He's laying down the hand, of course, just brilliantly done by EBJ.
I don't see how Victor could make that call for another $1.7 million. He just got outplayed there, Vince.
Only thing that EBJ did do wrong was he didn't show the hand. Just show the hand, show the world.
Oh, Victor would have come out of his chair if the guy would have shown him the King 4 there.
He would have. Well, daring and crazy poker we're seeing here tonight at Foxwoods. What a move by EBJ.
You got to salute the guy to move all in there for another $1.7 million. Coming over the top of the chip leader. That is a bold play.
Well, the antes have gone up to $5,000. Blinds being $2,550. Victor quickly folding a 3-deuce offsuit.
Over to Larry Clure. He's on the button with the King 4. Same hand Ed just had. But he's going to lay his hand down.
Into Alex Jacob. Oh, look at this. He has got a couple ladies there.
Wow.
Pair of queens.
Looks like it might have been a good thing Larry laid his hand down. Well, he's limping in, Vince. so he's playing it very slow.
Ed Jordan with 7-6 of hearts.
Well, Ed's got the kind of hand you want to see a flop with, and he's taking one here. So it's 2 queens for the youngster, 7-6 for Ed, and he has flop bottom pair. Alex, of course, still has the best hand with the 2 queens.
He has quickly checked it.
150.
Ed's going to bet 150,000 on the 2 sixes.
Alex is thinking to himself, wait a second, wouldn't Ed have raised if he had an ace before the flop?
Well, that's the look that he's giving him right there, Vince. You just saw it. Do you really have an ace? I don't think so. That's why I'd prefer to raise it right here if I had 2 queens if I was going to play them, just to test the water to see where my opponent was at. But Alex is just making the call. So here we go to the turn card. Over 400,000 in the pot right now. And a 9 comes off. So this gives Ed a gut shot straight draw to go along with his 2 sixes. But action on Alex, and he checks, Vince. And Ed checks right behind him.
Ed gets the free card. Here comes the river.
Well, it's an 8, and Ed Jordan has made the straight.
Alex playing this hand a little too sneaky, it appears, and now it's on him to act first.
He didn't raise before the flop. He limped in. He didn't bet on the flop. He didn't raise on the flop. He didn't bet on the turn. Here he is betting on the river with the 2 queens.
Well, that's a thing of beauty if you're EBJ.
Well, I don't mind this bet that much in that it's a feeler-style bet.
It's going to feel it in the wrong place right now because EBJ hit the straight here.
A raise.
Oh, and here he comes with a raise.
He's not buying the fact his opponent might have a bigger straight.
700,000.
Well, he's raised it 700,000 more.
What a predicament here for the young player, Alex Jacob, who played his opponent correctly. He realized he didn't have an ace by letting him stick around on 4th Street. And now this guy has hit a straight on him. Now, do you pay this off? I think you got to lay this hand down.
Oh, Vince, I don't know how you can call this bet. I mean, you have the 2 blockers where you don't think your opponent's got a queen high straight, but there's so many hands that can beat a pair of queens. 2 pair, 3 of a kind, 10 high straight, jack high straight, even the lone ace.
Got to get into the mind of Ed. Would he have really put up $900,000 with a guy that just bet $200,000 into him if he didn't have the 7? Invest that kind of money. Very scary re-raise if he didn't have it.
On the other hand, Vince, he could make a worse mistake by coming over the top, perhaps. He's got 2 blockers for the nut straight, the queen high straight.
Well, how about the CFO EBJ? He is just dying for this call right now.
Well, the longer Alex takes to make the call, the more sure he is his 10 high straight is good. And you're right, Vince. He's saying, come on, kid. Get your money in there.
Alex is in a quagmire right now. He's saying, gee, I thought I was playing it so nice. What the heck happened?
Well, he limped in trying to trap his opponent. What he's done is trapped himself here.
Is he going to do something foolish here and pay this off?
And this is what happened, folks. When you slow play 2 queens before the flop, you get in these situations where you're guessing at the end and you just might not know what to do.
I call.
Oh, no!
Oh, he's made the call.
Ouch.
Oh, the Yaley has flunked this test, Vince. No doubt about it. He just would not let those lovely ladies go. Getting married to the 2 queens there, Vince, and because of it, he's getting divorced from some of his chips.
But it's all about EBJ. He has taken the chip lead. Stay tuned. We're coming back with more on the World Poker Tour.
You're watching world-class poker on the World Poker Tour. Don't go away.
Poker Tour. I'm Vince Van Patten alongside Mike Sexton. 4 players remaining tonight.
Our current chip leader is Ed Jordan with about 3.7 million in chips. Victor Ramden in second place with about 2.9 million. Larry Klur has 1.4 million, and the short stack right now, the 21-year-old Alex Jacob with about 560,000. And Vince, the way he played those 2 queens a minute ago, you'd have to say his poker grade point average dropped considerably.
All right, blind still at 25 and 50. Action on Larry Klur. Looks down at just an awful little 6-3 offsuit. Can't play it.
Well, Alex looks down this time, finds a pair of 9s. Nice hand on the button. See what he's going to do with them. Remember the last hand he limped in with 2 queens and it cost him.
No rush here for Alex. Blind still at 25 and 50,000. It's getting expensive.
And he's going to raise it. He makes it 125,000 to go.
EBJ folds his 8 deuce. Only one to beat is the Bronx guy, Victor Ramden.
He quickly calls 75,000 more.
Victor would love to take out the short stack. Here's the flop.
The flop is Jack 10-4. Not a flop you're crazy about when you've got 2 9s, but certainly didn't help Victor at all, and action is on him.
Oh, and look at this. He's looking at the chip stack.
Got about 400. How much, 400?
Will he fire into the young man?
And Victor does check it.
He did slow down.
I'm all in.
Oh, look at this. He's gone all in behind him.
Certainly the kid read that hand well. Even though Victor was going through all those motions, how much he got left, this and that. Didn't fool Alex for 1 second there, Vince. He wasn't buying all that table talk. How much chips have you got left and this and that, acting like he had some kind of strong hand. So a nice read there by Alex Jacob.
You know, it's going to be tough after that blunderous call a few hands back. $700,000 re-raise. He paid off, but he's going to need to peck his way back just like he did right there. Nice bold move after he gets the check by taking that pot.
These 4 guys gunning for a WPT title, over $1.3 million in cash, a $25,000 entry in the WPT World Championship. So much on the line for all these guys.
Victor, first to act, has a pair of 6s. He's made it $200,000 to go. Now it's on Larry, who's got ace-7.
Seems like Larry's always facing a tough decision when Victor raises a pot.
Does he want to brawl with a Bronx bomber?
All these players know Victor is the most aggressive player at the table. He could raise with anything, but Larry opting to wait for a better spot to get his money in the pot.
And Alex Jacob now with a 9 deuce of diamonds. Not that impressive.
He's going to lay it down.
Only one to beat. EBJ. No, you just can't beat him like that. He's got a pair of 3s. His I call.
Well, he wants to see a flop with the 2 3s.
So pair 6s versus 3s. Very interesting. The 2 chip leaders in contention here.
And Victor has the best hand with 2 6s. And here comes the flop. Oh, it's 5-5-5. Both players have a full house. Ed checks, and Victor quickly checks behind him. I am surprised by that.
So here we go. A deuce on the turn.
Well, again, Ed checks.
It's 200,000.
Well, Victor's not checking anymore, and I don't blame him. He bets 200,000.
And he quickly gets the call by EBJ.
Well, you can't blame Ed for calling here. You'd think 2 3s are probably good. Well, a king comes on the river, and it goes check, check this time. Victor's going to win this hand with the 2 6s. Vince, he might have won a little more had he bet on the flop, however.
300.
He's played in about 30 World Poker Tour events. He's made the money on several occasions. The first time he's ever made it to a WPT final table, however. And Vince, I know because I talked to Victor, and he just constantly says his dream, he's going to win a World Poker Tour event, and no matter how long he's got to keep playing them. Let's see if it can happen for him tonight.
Action first on Larry Klur. He's got king 5. Very conservative. He goes out.
Now around to Alex. He has the king 3 offsuit in position. However, both guys in the blind are the 2 chip leaders. His problem is he's on the short stack. Doesn't slow him down though, Vince. He makes it 125,000 to go.
EBJ quickly folding, but Victor's going to stick around with a couple deuces.
Well, Victor trying to catch that 3rd duck, make 3 of a kind, in hopes he can bust this 21-year-old.
Let's take a look at the first magic 3.
Well, it's ace 7-6, no help for either player. Action is on Victor, and he checks. Normally when you raise before the flop and an ace comes out there, you bet on the flop, but Alex is going to check here.
Here we go with the turn. Another ace.
Well, Victor checks again. Alex has the king high here. Victor checking the flop and the turn. You might think king high is good here. You might want to make a bet, try to win the pot.
Oh, boy, he bets, and such a quick call by Victor. That would make your head spin.
Off to the river we go. Well, the 4 spade comes off.
Victor again checks.
So Victor is checked. We're waiting on Alex. He's only got about $625,000 left. There's $645,000 sitting out on the table right now. Well, folks, if he checks, he's just hoping his king high is good. If he bets like he's doing here, he's hoping to get Victor off a small pair.
But Victor looking very interested in how much is that going to be?
Well, it's $625,000. That's how much he's got left.
Now it's a question of, do I pay this guy off with just deuces?
If you're sitting in Victor's seat, you're either going to put him on a real big hand or a stone bluff. There's so much pressure on these kind of decisions. This is what the game is all about. Making correct decisions. And what a decision this would be if Victor calls him right here. Remember, his opponent checked on the flop. Then he bet on the turn. And now he's moved in on the river. You're not going to put him on a spade flush here, I wouldn't think, because he would have bet the flop if he'd had a flush draw. If he just had a middle pair, 7s or 6s, I believe he would just check it down and hope to win the pot.
Victor Rampton already knocking out 2 guys already this evening. This would be his 3rd victim.
Well, this would be a phenomenal call by Victor. And really, he's putting the pieces of this puzzle together, Vince. He could well make this call because of the way this hand was played. And that his opponent checked on the flop and then bet on the turn.
Well, he could have.
And now is moving all in on the river.
Could very well have been slow playing, you know. Aces on the flop.
That's my point.
Did raise before the flop.
He's either got a monster hand or he's got nothing. I'm sure that's what Victor is thinking right now.
Alex is in the torture rack right now. This is torturous when you have to go through this. You are just saying your prayers, hoping your man goes away.
What a call this would be if Victor makes it.
What?
Somebody from the crowd said call him.
You don't want to be in this chair, man.
Alex trying to remain stoic over there. He is on a stone bluff.
It's really hot over here.
Eventually just sense that he thinks his 2 deuces are good the way this hand was played, but do you want to give this young, tough player $625,000 more?
What do you guys think?
Oh, Victor laid it down. So the all-in bluff by Alex Jacob takes down that pot. And what Hardy showed there, Vince.
Yes. Got to be proud of that. It's one of the time I think the kids should have showed the hand. Put the man on tilt, I say. Stay tuned. We're coming back with more exciting action here on the World Poker Tour.
Welcome back to the Foxwoods Poker Classic. I'm Courtney Friel, and here are some of the highlights so far.
Early on, the leader of this pack was New Yorker Victor Ramden, who managed to thin the field by pulling the plug on a doctor and putting the dreams of a car salesman in the crusher. On a short stack, Yale student Alex Jacob studied up on his opponents, doubled up on retired CFO Ed Jordan, and proved he was no freshman when it came to bluffing. Now, 4 remain, all dreaming of winning a World Poker Tour championship and hoping to wake up to a life-changing $1.3 million first prize.
And now back to Mike Sexton and Vince Van Patten.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. We're at the Foxwoods Poker Classic, a first-time event. 431 players started, Mike. We're down to 4.
Well, action's going to be on the youngster, 21-year-old Alex Jacob.
Looks down at a 5-4 offsuit. He goes out. EBJ.
175.
With King 5 of clubs goes up to 175, and Victor quickly calling.
Now action's on Larry Klur.
All right, let's take a look at the WPT whole cam brought to you by Budweiser.
Now he looks down at 9-4 of clubs.
Can't figure him to stick around.
Well, he has an absolutely worthless hand, but he's capping his cards here, Vince. He saw Ed raised on the button. He saw Victor quickly call. Victor did not re-raise there, meaning his hand's probably not that strong.
I'm all in.
He has pulled the trigger for $1.6 million here.
Pushing it out with absolutely nothing, and now back on Ed.
You want to count?
No, I'm fine.
He goes out, and now Victor quickly folding.
Vince, he was so aware of the situation there. He saw the guy on the button make a raise. The guy in the small blind just quickly called. He didn't re-raise, so he didn't put him on that strong a hand. Larry thought if he comes over the top, they can't stand the pressure. They're going to hit the road. That's exactly what happened.
Very perceptive. I mean, Larry was really studying the hand. He saw there was some dead money out there. He didn't believe either player was that strong. He was absolutely accurate, and therefore he takes that pot.
Well, Vince, as you and I both know, poker is a tough way to make an easy living.
Oh, it sure is, Mike. But I'll tell you something. If they have to do it, they have to try to make a shot and try to make a living at this game. Here's some very good advice in this week's WPT Academy with Courtney Friel.
A good poker player knows how to manage his chip stack, but a great poker player knows how to manage the money behind it.
The one thing that probably separates a player that lasts is money management. The whole key is that you don't want to overexpend your bankroll.
Personally, when I started out, it was very tempting to move up in limit. And often I would go broke by playing over my bankroll.
Body bag out of Bergana in 6th place.
I think like the most responsible thing to do when you're starting out playing poker is to not spend more than 10 to 15% of your total bankroll on any one tournament.
If you got $50,000, you might want to play $5,000 worth of satellites, which would be 10%. And if you can't beat the satellites, then you're not going to be able to beat the main event either.
You just have patience and beat the game you're in and slowly build up your bankroll and wait to move up until you can really afford it. You're going to do well in the long run. You don't have to be the best player.
Bye-bye, Bill, and happiness to Antonio.
The key is being patient. Don't try to be a hero or you'll end up like a zero.
Wow. Well, there we get a glimpse of how important money management is if you want to succeed out here as a professional poker player. And Vince, you know, you have a little reputation, don't you, of being a good money manager? Yes?
Oh,
No?
well, thank you very much. I guess I am known for a good, poker money management. However, I have been running bad, Mike, and I could use a little borrow job here. What do you think?
Oh, man. Watch the clip again.
All right.
Save your money.
The table on Larry. He folds his 8-5. And the young Yale kid, Alex Jacob, with 10-4 this time.
Gonna give it up.
Call. And now the small blind, Ed with Queen-Jack just calls. Victor Ramden looking down at 7-3.
He says, give us a flop. So here we go. It's Queen-Jack for Ed, 7-3 for Victor. And the flop comes 10-5-5, no help to either player.
On Ed first.
Check.
He checks it.
150.
Well, Victor quickly bets 150,000 on absolutely garbage.
Call. Quick call by EBJ.
Wow, what a call right there with the queen high.
Doesn't believe Victor. Here's the turn card. It's a king of hearts.
Now this card gives Ed an open-end straight draw and a flush draw. It also gives Victor a small flush draw.
Check.
Well, Ed checks.
Will the Bronx bluffer push in again? No, he slows down. He checks.
Well, he's going to take a card off there, and he makes his flush. The 9 of hearts comes off. Unfortunately for him, Ed has a bigger flush because he has the queen of hearts, and he checks.
400,000.
But he's going to bet it nevertheless.
Well, he's betting this 400,000 for a value bet. There's 500,000 in the pot. He believes the flush is the best hand, Vince.
Or maybe he's just trying to steal it.
I call.
Just take it, but he can't.
No, Ed is going to call him. Notice Victor turns up the flush confidently, but he's going to be surprised when Ed turns over a bigger flush. And there it is, the queen of hearts there. A bit of a slow roll, as we say. Not intentional, I'm sure. But the queen of hearts is going to take this pot down for Ed.
It's the wrong right 9.
That has made EBJ now the new chip leader once again. This is getting good. Stay with us. 4 remain at Foxwoods. We'll be right back on the World Poker Tour. Here's the turn card, and look at this.
Oh.
It's all in time.
Well, Tony went all in. Hoyt's hand holds up. He is going to be our champion. Welcome to the Millionaires Club, Hoyt. Oh, it's a 10. It's over.
Twan Lee's going to pick up $1.5 million. He's done it.
Nick Schulman has captured the World Poker Finals Championship.
Welcome back to Foxwoods Poker Classic. Millions at stake right here tonight. I'm Vince Van Patten with Mike Sexton, where 4 players remain.
They range in age from 21 to 68 years old. All 4 of these guys have over 1.8 million in chips. So, Vince, it's definitely anybody's game from here. They could all capture this title.
It is on Ed Jordan. He's down to Jack 6.
Well, he's capped his cards here. He does opt to lay it down.
Victor right behind him folds, and now Larry Klur with Ace 7.
Battle of the blinds here. Well, he is always in this thinker's pose, looking so serious at this table, but he's thrilled to be here. He is really a happy, fun guy to be around, but you wouldn't know that looking at him at the poker table. Looks like he's in pain.
Retired now, only been playing poker for about 4 years, but he has shown us tonight what a brilliant poker mind he is.
Well, he knows that an Ace 7 is a favorite over 2 random cards here. And he is going to raise it.
350 total.
Well, he makes a nice raise, goes up to $350,000. But now it's on the young kid. He's got Ace Deuce of spades.
Well, he's in the big blind. And when you're playing heads up like this, when you have an ace in your hand, there's a 90% chance that your opponent doesn't have an ace in his. So Alex may be thinking his ace high is the best hand here.
Come on.
And he's going all in here.
Goes over the top with just acey deucey. Oh.
The kid could be going over Niagara Falls in the barrel here if Larry happens to make this call. Larry's got him dominated right now with Ace 7 against Ace Deuce. He opts to lay it down. So power poker by the youngster paying off in spades there. Well, such a fine line. He made a great bet right there. But had Larry made that call, who knows? He could have been out of here.
Well, this game tonight is definitely not about picking up cards. It is about betting right and having the nerves of steel.
And Vince, so far we've seen every player at this table make moves on pots to earn pots without having the best hand. That is playing some good poker when you can do that. We just saw Alex do it right there. So action is going to be back on Alex.
This time he's got Ace 8 of spades. Good starting hand, four-handed especially.
The blinds are 40 and 80,000, remember.
You got to appreciate this young man's concentration at the table. A great zone here tonight.
Well, he takes his time on every single play. Here he's going to make it 225,000 to go.
EBJ quickly out. Victor out, and the only one to beat is Larry. He's got 4 deuce offsuit.
Well, Vince has got 80,000 out there, but still, it cost him another 145,000 to call. Can't imagine a much worse starting hand. Well, Vince, if he calls this, he'll be trying to hit lightning in the bottle, or otherwise he's going to try to set up for a play. He is making the call. Wow. Well, he is looking to gamble with the youngster here.
Well, he is. He's going to speculate. Here come the first 3.
Well, the flop is Jack 7, 3 rainbow. No help to either player. Action is on Larry.
We'll take a shot. All in.
Wow. We'll take a shot all in. Folks, he couldn't have 2 worse cards. A 4 deuce offsuit.
Oh, what is going on here? What a big bet he's making with absolutely zip and pip.
Well, he is taking the youngster to school right here. I can tell you that.
He goes out.
No way you can call that.
Oh, this is the Dalai Lama of poker. Look at him.
Vince, it is amazing. This guy's not playing like he's on a pension, I can tell you. What a play he made right there.
How does this man know
Well, Vince, you know, the guy was recently married. He loves to play golf. He's fearless on the poker table. You know, he should be the idol at every senior citizen home in the country. You know, we're seeing some terrific poker here tonight by guys you may have never heard of.
No doubt about it. And with that, the ante's going up to 15,000. Blinds are going to be 60 and 120 grand. Action on Larry Klur,
who just made that phenomenal play with a 4-deuce, moving all in to take down the pot.
Look how cool he is after all that bluffing, too. This time he has 10-7. He's got to be really proud of himself here. The way he's playing tonight. Not the way he handles the cards, of course. Goes out. Round to Alex with the button. He's got 5-4 offsuit.
Well, he opts to lay it down.
I'll call Victor.
Ed quickly calls out of the small blind with the king 5 of hearts.
And now on Victor Ramden.
Raise. 300,000.
Victor is going to raise it here. Makes it 300,000.
Oh boy. He's saying, you know what, EBJ, you can't be that strong. But he's wrong. EBJ quickly calls it.
Victor can't be liking that.
That's right. Yeah.
This is the guy he couldn't push out earlier. He keeps trying to do it, but Ed just keeps getting in the way.
That's fine.
Ed's got a pretty good clock on him when he's stealing here, looks like. Well, the flop comes 10-9-6.
Check.
Ed checks. And Victor checks right behind him.
EBJ has hit his pair of kings and he's checked it.
There's potential straights out there.
400,000.
And Victor's bet 400,000 on a gut shot straight draw.
Well, the reason why he keeps checking it, he knows his man Victor's going to keep betting.
I'm all in, Victor.
Oh, man. He has gone all in, over the top.
Not the words Victor wanted to hear here. And Vince, he's just really continuing to play aggressive, starting to bite him a little. And Victor, who recently was the chip leader, is now on the short stack at this table.
He has taken his punches. 4 players remain. They're going after millions. Stay with us here on the World Poker Tour. We'll be right back.
Being on a WPT final table, it's exciting. The guys that I play with every week, they're all dreaming of being on a final table. Fortunately, I've been able to do that. And now the only thing left is winning one.
Welcome back to the Foxwoods Poker Classic, the 15th stop of 17 on the World Poker Tour, where 4 players remain this evening.
And folks, you may not recognize these players sitting at the table because they're not the top name pros that we normally see on the World Poker Tour. But I can tell you, don't change that dial because these guys are playing some great poker here tonight.
1.3 is going to go to the winner, plus that guaranteed seat at our championship at Bellagio. Action on Larry Klur.
Here he has the 8-6 of spade.
Former cosmetics man. Owned a company, in fact. And tonight he has stuck the mascara on these gentlemen all evening long. He has shown that he can play poker. Look at this. He's capping his cards. What's he going to do with the 8-6? One ominous guy. Looking a tad like Dr. Evil, in fact.
Perez.
Oh, man.
He's going to raise it. He's taking it right upstairs. Now let's see how much he bets.
Talk about an unpredictable player. Now the blinds being 60 and 120. Everything's healthy at this point. And look at the chips go in.
Looks like about 700,000 he's betting here.
Oh, man. Into the young guy, Alex Jacob. He's got Dolly Parton 9-5. He goes out.
Ed Jordan laying his hand down as well.
Only one to beat is Victor. Victor's got a hand, though. He's got ace-jack.
Oh,
he goes all in.
Well, he's on the short stack here. He's going all in for a little over $1.1 million.
I called, you got me.
Wow.
All right, let's see.
Well, Larry says I'm calling because of the pot odds he's getting. Only going to cost him another $415,000 to make the call when there's over $1.9 million in the pot. So it's an easy call to make. Even though you know you're beat, you're just going to hope you get lucky and outdraw your opponent to win the pot. Victor must win this pot to stay alive. Let's see if he can do it. Well, the flop comes 3 deuce deuce. A nice flop for Victor. He's trying to dodge an 8 or a 6 or 2 running cards that would make Larry a straight.
Can the bluffer from the Bronx get lucky, have his hand hold up a 7 of diamonds? Good also for Victor.
Well, it was a 3 across, as we say, but not a 6 or an 8. And that's what Larry needs.
So one more card to sweat out for Victor Ramden if he should double up and stick around. Here comes the river.
He's looking to dodge a 6 or an 8. It's a 9. So there you see some emotion out of Victor Ramden right there.
Oh, he's not going to play it cool.
Well, he stays alive. And Vince, as we've said earlier, Victor has dreamt about winning a World Poker Tour title for the last 4 seasons. Could it be his night tonight?
I think I'm the best player at the table right now, but anything happens in poker. Surprising thing that people don't know about me is what I do when I'm not playing poker. Once a year, I go to my country, Guyana, along with a team of other poker players. Includes Barry Greenstein, Phil Ivey, Howard Lederer. We put together a team of doctors who dedicate their time for free. If I win this tournament, at least 5 kids' life will be different tomorrow because I'll take some of that money and do at least 5 open heart surgeries. One of the weirdest things that ever happened to me in all my years of playing tournaments, I have table 1, seat 1, and I called my wife and I said I have a good feeling that I think I can be 1, 1, and 1. Table 1, seat 1, and come out number 1.
All right, out comes Victor Ramden. Folks, it's not just about the money. Money comes and goes, but WPT titles are here forever. Victor Ramden desperately wants one.
And the money.
Let's see what's going to happen from here. Action's going to be on Ed Jordan.
Well, he's got 44 midlife crises here.
I'll raise.
He's going to raise it.
400.
He's going to bet 400,000 on the 2 4s.
And Victor quickly folding a king jack into Larry, who's got ace-7 this time.
Okay. I guess I've had my day. All in.
Well, he's going to do it right here. He's going all in.
Alex quickly folding jack-7. Back on Ed.
I call.
Ed's called it.
He's got to call. It's not that much more money to him. Another 295,000 is all.
They turn up the cards.
Okay, I got outs. Let's see if I can win the race.
How much is it?
So once again, it comes down to a race situation. It's the 2 overcards versus the under pair. Ed Jordan with the 2 4s, Larry Klur with the A7, and Larry must win this pot to stay alive in this tournament.
Well, you gotta love the spirit of Larry Klur, 68 years young, from Pembroke Pines, Florida. Retired cosmetics man. He has been involved all night. Might have to take a powder at this point.
The next guy out's going to take home about 300,000, but the winner tonight is going to take home over 1.3 million. So this could be $1 million hand right here.
Well, we're coming back in just a moment. Stay with us here on the World Poker Tour. Welcome back to Fox Poker Classic. Larry Klur, the former cosmetics man. The mascara might be running off for the last time. He has been all in with A7. He's up against the 4s. Let's take a look at the flop.
Oh, he's done it.
He caught the ace.
He's flopped the 2 aces, and he is well out in front right now.
Oh, look at the sick look by Ed. Saying, what is that?
All he's got to dodge now is a 4 or a running deuce and a 3. Well, there's a 3. Well, the crowd moans because now they know that Ed can win this pot if a deuce or a 4 come up. It gives him 4 more outs to win this pot. He needs a deuce or a 4.
Coming down the river. Here we go.
Oh! The deuce comes off. Can you believe that?
Oh, absolute ugliness here at Foxwoods.
He is out in 4th place. He's smiling, a good sport. Hugs for everybody, Ben.
Yeah, he is a good sport. Look at him.
What a gentleman. What a tough game he played. And what a tough beat he took when his opponent hit 2 running cards to make a straight to knock him out.
He proved to be one of the great poker players today. We're going to be seeing him in the future. And right now, Larry Clure, our fourth-place finisher, is going to go up and talk to Courtney.
Thanks, guys. Larry, you flopped top pair. Were you excited when you saw that?
Yes, I thought that I had it, and it turned out I didn't. That deuce on the river was the killer.
Did you have fun while you were playing
I
here?
had fantastic fun. You know, whatever happened, I never anticipated getting anywhere near final table.
We are down to 3 players, but what poker we're seeing tonight, it's come down to Alex Jacob, a 21-year-old college student at Yale, Ed Jordan, a recently retired CFO, and Victor Ramden from New York City, a small business owner and semi-pro poker player. So this title is definitely up for grabs. One of these guys is going to walk away with $1.3 million and a WPT title.
Line still remaining at 60 and 120. Action on Ed Jordan. He's got ace-5 offsuit this time.
Well, this hand figures to be a favorite hand over the 2 blinds.
400.
He knows it. He's going to raise it. Makes it $400,000 to go.
Victor quickly laying down his jack-4. And now around to Alex. He's got a pair of 8s wired.
Yep, he's got the 2 snowmen. A nice hand in the 3-handed poker game.
And this is the kind of hand early on we saw him with the pair of 6s go all in. The hand held up. That got him back in action.
Well, he was on the short stack then. Now he's the chip leader.
That is true.
Line.
Well, he's going all in again.
Yep.
So he is going to put the pressure on Ed Jordan right here for all his money.
How much is it?
Everything.
No, he's got me covered.
Well, Ed asked for a count, but
No, it's okay. It's
obviously Alex has more chips, so Ed's going to be playing for all his money if he makes this call. So what he's saying is, I've got you covered. If you want to gamble for all your chips, come on in. The water's fine.
Well, the money is so substantial at this point. The blind's so big. Every move. You can't make a bad move right now. Otherwise, you'll be eliminated.
Well, he does lay it down.
And that is a powerful poker punch by Alex Jacob, the 21-year-old from Yale.
Well, Vince, ever since he made the mistake that we felt he made with the 2 queens, he has played superb poker, flawless poker. He now is in command of this 3-handed poker game.
All right, action on Victor.
400.
Victor Ramden with ace-queen has gone up to $400,000 to go.
Well, a beautiful hand in the 3-handed poker game.
Into Alex Jacob, our chip leader. He's got 4-3.
I'm all in now.
He goes out. And look
Wow.
at this Ed going all in with just queen 6.
And Victor quickly called it.
Ed just thought Victor was fooling around. He was not.
Well, most of the time today, he has been raising with junk. This time he picks up a big duke. And Ed Jordan in bad shape right now.
Well, he is being dominated by Victor Ramden. Opportunity of a lifetime right now for Victor.
Over $4 million in this pot. Well, Victor about a 70% favorite to win this pot as the cards lie. He must win it to stay alive. If Ed loses this pot, he won't be eliminated. But he won't hardly be able to get through a round of blinds.
Crowd up on their feet.
Ed Jordan looking for diamonds, a lady's best friend, or some 6s right now. That's what he's going to have to win this pot. A 6 right in the door. It's come 9, 6, 5. How cruel is that for Victor Ramden, Vince? And as the cards lie now, Victor's going to have to catch an ace to win the pot, 2 cards to make it straight to split it, or 2 running spades where he'll make a flush to win.
Just a horrific flop there for Victor. Here comes the turn card. It's a 9 of spades.
Now, Victor has made a flush draw, so he can now win the pot with an ace or a spade.
Red, please.
Well, it's never easy, no matter what side you've got.
Red card.
Could it possibly be 2 running spades? We just saw Ed knock out Larry a minute ago when he hit 2 running cards to make it straight.
Here comes the last card. Just turn it up.
It's an ace. Wow. Wow. Victor has done it.
Oh, boy.
Can you believe it?
No.
Wow. He looks like a young Muhammad Ali right now. He is loving it at the moment. He is in the hunt to fulfill his dream tonight, capturing a World Poker Tour title. Can he do it?
Look at Ed. I mean, that is like passing a kidney stone.
Well, it was like a dagger in the heart for Ed Jordan there on the river. But Vince, in fairness, when the money went in, and Victor Ramden had the best hand, it took him to the river to get out of it, though.
Oh, well, with that devastation, EBJ Ed Jordan is almost DOA. In big trouble right now, Mike.
Well, he is, but Victor Ramden made quite a move right there to take down a $4 million pot. Had to get lucky on the river to do it, though. What drama and excitement we're seeing here tonight at the Foxwoods Poker Classic.
Alex still the chip leader with close to 4.4, but Victor with almost $4 million. Ed on the morphine drip down to 270. Action's going to be on Victor. Got queen 3 this time.
Well, Victor's looking over at Ed's stack.
I call.
Well, he's going to make the call here. He's hoping it's going to be a three-way showdown.
And now Alex with king 5 of clubs.
Well, Alex notices that Ed is not all in here. So maybe he'll want to raise it enough where Ed's going to be committed to the pot, where he has to get all his chips in there and can't escape.
And you could just feel the vultures circling the table at this point. They have turned Ed into roadkill.
I mean, the perfect raise right here would be about 150,000, which would set him all in. Well, he's making a bigger raise in that, Vince. He's raising at 280,000.
Call.
Well, Ed Jordan's going to call because he's pot committed. He was in the big blind for 120,000, getting three-way action. He's going to gamble.
Yeah, we got an all-in player right now, and now back around to Victor.
I call.
Well, Victor's going to make the call. He didn't like that size of raise, though. You can see him shaking his head, though, because now they have a side pot of 290,000. And the best hand right now is Alex Jacob with a king 5 of clubs. So there's actually $290,000 in the side pot, meaning that Alex and Victor can continue betting if they so desire.
5 magic cards to come, of course.
Well, here comes the flop. Well, the flop is king 5 deuce, a dream flop for Alex.
Yeah, he hit 2 pair on the flop.
If he fires at this pot now, he absolutely must have a hand. He cannot be bluffing in this spot, because you wouldn't want to bluff Victor out of the pot, because his hand might beat Ed Jordan and knock him out.
Oh, man, look at Ed, just looking war-torn.
He's in dire straits.
Doesn't like this torture time here.
Well, Alex is going to bet $500,000. Now, Victor doesn't like it, but he knows that Alex must have a hand to bet here, so he's very happy about it. He throws his hand away.
Dire straits now for EBJ Ed Jordan, the CFO out of Belmead, New Jersey.
Ed is going to have to catch 2 running 3s, 2 running 7s, 2 running hearts, or 2 running cards to make it straight if he wants to stay alive in this tournament. No, the 5 of diamonds comes off. That gives Alex a full house. This pot is over, and Ed Jordan is history.
And not without playing some brilliant poker here this evening. A fine gentleman. Right now, Ed Jordan is swimming with the fishes.
He came to this final table as the monster chip leader. He's going out in 3rd place, taking on $417,520.
Very incredible, the effort by EBJ. We are down to heads-up action. 2 players remain. Don't go away. We're coming right back in just a moment.
Alex Jacobs is a very, very dangerous player.
Victor's a tough player.
Very aggressive.
He's very tricky. He's definitely a better tournament player than me.
No tells. I'm trying to pick one off, but I can't find a tail on him.
We are in deep water. Fox heads of battle ensuing.
Well, as is the custom on the World Poker Tour, we get down to heads-up play, they bring out the cash, and out it comes. The Foxwoods babes in the woods are coming out. They got briefcases full of cash.
Well, there they go, splashing the big bucks.
Well, between them, over $2 million sitting on the table.
A little bit bigger than your normal dorm game. Right, Alex? And Courtney Friel comes out, presents the trophy.
Wishes both players good luck, and it's time to do battle.
Winner's going to take home $1.3 million. Runner-up close to $700,000. Of course, they'll also get the WPT Championship entry at Bellagio.
So here we go. It's come down to 21-year-old Alex Jacob, a student in Yale. He's starting out with over $5 million in chips, versus Victor Ramden from New York City. He's got about $3.5 million.
Action is going to be on Alex Jacob, the 21-year-old, this time looking down at 7-4 offsuit.
Come on.
And he says all in with it, Mike. Victor quickly folding his hands. I mean, how do you compete?
Bold play by the youngster right there, moving all in with a 7-4 offsuit to take down the pot. That tells me that he is out to take this title down. $340,000 on the table. He says, I want that, and I want all the rest of your chips, too.
Oh, no doubt about it. The testosterone test, the match race, it is all on the line. It has begun. First round has been won by Alex. So Alex Jacob, the young lad from Yale, playing some powerful poker. Very impressive. He knows how to play good heads-up poker here, Mike.
Well, it sure looks like it, Vince. He started playing poker about 6 years ago, before he got to Yale, so he's been punishing his high school and college buddies for a long time. Right now, he's looking to punish Victor Ramden.
Well, not so fast. Victor Ramden with Queen 9 this time. He has called. Now it swings back on Alex. He's got Ace-4 diamonds. Pretty good starting hand.
Come on.
Well, when your opponent limps in, you got to think ace-high is the best hand.
Once again, Victor has to lay down his hand.
So right now, the cards and the chips fall in the way of Alex Jacob. Now, Victor's got a sick little smile on his face, but it is not over, and I guarantee you his wife Pamela in the crowd, keeping her fingers crossed. She knows that Victor has dreamed about winning a WPT title since we launched this tour. He wants it so badly, she says. Let's see if he can get it.
Frustration growing there for Victor Ramden.
Everything going Alex Jacobs' way in this heads-up match. Picking up blinds and antes regularly now. And remember, it's $340,000 a pop every time you pick up a set of blinds and antes.
Battling for 4 days, 431 players. It's down to these two. Action is on Alex. He's got 8 deuce offsuit.
Well, remember, you're getting good pot odds, as we say, to call when you're in position on the button. And he is making the call with the 8 deuce, even though it looks like a lousy hand.
And right behind him, Victor Ramden with 7-3. No shenanigans, says, let's see the first 3.
It's come King 8-4. Victor has checked. And Alex has a pair of 8s, and he's reaching for chips. Well, Alex doesn't do anything hastily, that's for sure. Let's see what he's going to do with these 2 8s. And he is going to bet. And Victor quickly gets out of the way here. And he shows the 7-3 offsuit. He says, look, I'm going to play sometime, but I got to have something to fight you with.
Oh, and right now, Alex is just a runaway train, just building up his pot. Talk about pesky. This kid could do it. Another 21-year-old at Foxwoods becoming a millionaire this season. We will see. Stay tuned. We're coming back with more action in just a moment. Welcome back to the Foxwoods Poker Classic. We have millionaires in our midst. Down to heads-up action right now. Alex Jacob with about $6.2 million, and Victor, the Bronx Rammer Ramden, with about $2.5. Action's going to be on Alex.
Well, he has picked up a monster hand, ace-king suited. Big slick. Let's see how he plays it. Look at this, Vince. He's going to limp in.
I'm all in.
But Victor has picked up 2 9s and gone all in.
And quickly called down by Alex Jacob. This could be it.
Well, you can't blame either player for getting all their money in with these hands. These are big hands in a ring game, let alone a heads-up battle. It's 2 9s for Victor Ramden. It's ace-king of clubs for Alex Jacob. And Victor Ramden must win this pot to stay alive in this tournament. Remember, Alex stayed alive earlier when he had 2 6s. He was up against ace-king. If he can win with the ace-king suited here, he'll be our champion. If not, Victor Ramden will be our chip leader. Over $4.8 million in this pot. Victor Ramden's tournament life on the line here. Right now he's got the best hand. He's a slight favorite with 2 9s. Will they stand up?
Here comes the flop, Mike.
A 9 right in the door. So it's come queen 9-6. Victor has flopped 3 of a kind.
Victor Ramden, beautiful flop for him.
Well, it's not over though. Alex could catch 2 running clubs and make a flush, or 2 running cards and make a straight and win this pot. Just a beautiful flop for Victor. He's flopped 3 of a kind. He is well out front.
Well, it's a deuce of hearts. That's going to wrap up this hand.
It is over. There's no card he can catch to win it. Doesn't matter what the river card is. Alex Jacob drawing dead, as we say.
So a little luck goes to the side to Victor Ramden. He's got 4.8 million. And Alex, the Yale student, has about 3.8 at this point.
Well, so far, Alex Jacob was getting the jabs in, but the knockdown came by Victor Ramden right there.
All right.
He is now our chip leader.
Action's on him. He's got Jack 10.
600,000.
He's making it 600,000 to go. Into Alex, he's got a 6-3.
Well, he's going to lay this one down. Well, old momentum has switched over. It is now on the side of Victor Ramden. And Vince, you know how important that is when you're playing poker or any sport.
Got into this tournament through a $1,100 satellite. The dream is very much alive. Can he do it this evening?
This is the 30th event or so that Victor's played on the World Poker Tour. The first time he's made it to a final table, and the title within his grasp right now, and he knows it.
Well, I'll tell you something, Mike. This game can age you. Look at Alex Jacob. He started out in this tournament, he was 21 years old. Well, right now, he's 55 in poker years.
You're right, Vance. I'll tell you right now, he wouldn't be carded any club in the country. That's how old he's gotten here tonight.
All right, looking down at his hand, it's not over yet. He's got King Jack, a pretty good starting hand.
Well, he's going all in for $3.5 million here.
He is. He's just got to dodge a good hand by Victor, but no, he's got Ace Jack.
Well, Victor has called him, and Victor is going to love it. He has his opponent dominated. It's Ace Jack versus King Jack. Right now, Victor Ramden about a 3-1 favorite to take this title on this hand.
Well, you got to give it to this man. Been sticking around for 30 World Poker Tour events. He's had the heart to do that. He's come back to make a final table. And right now, he has a chance of becoming a millionaire on the WPT Tour.
He can do it if this hand holds up for him.
I'll give a lot of credit to the kid. I mean, he is tougher to read than a tax form.
120,000, 3,720,000.
Crowd on its feet. 5 cards of destiny about to appear.
Here's the flop. Queen 7-3.
Just a fantastic flop there for Victor. He's out in front with his ace high.
Oh, and all Victor is saying to himself right now is no king, no king, please no king, no king, no king.
Can the family man do it for the family?
Okay, let's go ahead and see the turn card.
Here comes 4th Street.
Well, an 8 comes up. So we are down to the river. If it is not a king, Victor Ramden will be our champion. Victor is just saying, please, no king, no king, no king, and I'm the champ. It's a jack. There it is. Victor Ramden has done it. A dream come true for him. He's been chasing the World Poker Tour around for 3 years for this exact moment, and he has done it, Vince.
He has picked up $1.3 million.
But Vince, look at Alex Jacob there, still stunned. He was a race away from taking this title himself, and he knows how close he was. But what a tournament he played this week. give this 21-year-old a tremendous amount of credit.
He's going to win $655,000. But right now, it is all about Victor Ramden, our new champion, taking home $1.3 million.
And before we talk to our champion, let's talk to our runner-up, Alex Jacob from New Haven, Connecticut. Alex, what a show you put on for us tonight. You came from the short stack to take the chip lead without ever showing down a hand. Now that is playing the game. How are you feeling right now?
Feel great. It's incredible. You know, I just tried to play my best game, and you know, it didn't work out at the end, but second place is still pretty good.
Well, it sure is pretty good. For 21 years old, you're going to be taking home $665,000 for your effort this week. Congratulations on a great performance. I'm certain that we're going to see more of you out here on the World Poker Tour.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
And now let's talk to our champion from the Bronx, New York, Victor Ramden. Victor, come on over here. I know how long it's been that you've wanted to make it to a WPT final table. You got there, you crossed the finish line in first place. You got to be feeling great right now.
Oh, what a feeling, Mike. It's an incredible feeling.
Well, Victor, you played like a champion tonight. Certainly, destiny a little bit on your side. What a show you put on for us. And in addition to that $1.3 million in cash you're going to get, Courtney Friel now has a $25,000 entry into the WPT World Championship where you can win millions more. Courtney. And now, as a custom on the World Poker Tour, it's time to toast our champion with Budweiser, the official beer of the World Poker Tour. And here's to the champion of the Foxwoods Poker Classic from the Bronx, New York, Victor Ramden. For Vince Van Patten, Courtney Friel, and everyone at the World Poker Tour, I'm Mike Sexton saying thanks for watching. And until next time, may all your cards be live and your pots be monsters.